Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Monday, March 2nd. This is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold and a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we always start off with the US dollar index because that basically tells us what to do on all the other dollar pairs themselves. And like I've been saying for weeks now, I still think this looks like either an A or 1, this first push up. I think this push down is a pullback to that, either a wave B or a wave 2. And I still think that this is either a wave C and either or possibly a wave 3. I'm actually leaning more towards the fact that this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, and it's actually going to go up and make a 3, 4, and 5 of wave 3. So I think this is a 1, 2, 3 pattern, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 3 that we are currently forming. Now, we can't rule out the possibility that it is a wave C. It definitely could end up turning into a wave C. It could go up, take out these highs, break structure to the downside, and then continue the downtrend. So either way, we should better recognize it, right? Because if it keeps on making higher highs, higher lows, that's a wave 3, and we hold. If it goes up to a Fibonacci extension level, especially an extension level of this first wave, like the 100%, then breaks to the downside, then we will stop looking for logs and simply start looking for shorts again. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, we have our Fibonacci retracement on the last impulsive move up right here. Most wave Cs do take out the low of wave A. The low of wave A is right here, so it possibly could go down and try to take out this low right here. But price is starting to respect the 61%. It is starting to turn up. If it bounces from this fib and breaks structure to the upside, that is what tells me that we're potentially back into the uptrend. If it doesn't break structure to the upside, which structure is right here, then potentially the dollar could be continue to be a little bit on the bearish side. It could go down and grab this low right here. It could even go down to like the 78% Fibonacci retracement. So anyways, we want to take this information and we want to apply it to the dollar pairs themselves. Overall, I am definitely very bullish the dollar, which means I need to be bearish the euro, the pound, the Aussie, and bullish the dollar CAD and the dollar Swiss. So moving on to the euro dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Now that price went down and made a new low, right? We got a new low right here. Now we can move our structure level to here. So that means if price goes up and breaks this high, then we know we're back into the daily to weekly time frame uptrend. Even if it does end up pulling back right now, I really don't see this move down complete. I would expect it to at least bounce from the 78% before it even thought about making a move to the upside. And based on my US dollar analysis, I personally still think that it might just keep on going down and it might just take out this low. Either way, we are definitely still looking for shorts, and we've been looking for shorts for quite a while now. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, obviously there's a big gap on most of the dollar pairs. There's a gap on a lot of their dollar pairs, and I think a lot of people are going to be trying to trade to the upside to fill this gap. Price does normally fill gaps within a few trading days, but I've seen gaps open for months. I saw a gap on a dollar pair get filled recently that was open for about 15 months. So I personally don't trade based on gaps. I personally am definitely still looking for shorts. I have my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. Now, there is a chance it goes all the way up and fills that gap today or maybe tomorrow, but I would definitely be looking at anything I see to the upside based on the higher time phase as possibly just a pullback within a downtrend. So keep an eye on your Fibonacci retracement levels. If you're more of a scalper, then you could possibly be looking for logs, maybe trying to fill that gap, but keep a very close eye on your Fibonacci levels. This thing could easily turn back down. Moving on to the pound dollar, same type of thing. The pound dollar actually went all the way down and tried to break this structure right here. Now, a rejection of structure is actually sometimes a sign that it's going to keep on going up. Now that it went down and made a new low, just like the euro dollar, now we can move our Fibonacci our structure line to here. So if it breaks this high right here, we know that we're back into the weekly time frame uptrend, which is a pretty big deal. But until that happens, I would definitely assume that anything we see to the upside is still just a pullback within a downtrend, especially because of our US dollar analysis being so bullish. So, going down to the 1 hour time frame, just like the euro dollar, we got a pretty big gap on this one, and it definitely could go up and try to fill that gap, today or tomorrow. But I personally wouldn't trade just based on that. I personally would have my Fibonacci retracement level from here to here, and I would definitely be looking at anything I see to the upside as possibly just a pullback within a downtrend. Now that doesn't mean that it might not, possibly go up all day today, maybe even tomorrow, and then eventually end up bouncing from one of these fib levels and continuing the downtrend. So it really kind of depends on what kind of trader you are. If you're a scalper, then you probably could be looking for logs. Maybe it will go fill that gap. If you're more of like a day or swing trader, I would definitely still be keeping an eye out for more shorts. Moving on to the Aussie dollar. Now, the Aussie dollar definitely did break down finally. And this one to me, still, I think I mentioned last week, looks like a possible ABC. It looks like it might go down, grab either the 100% or maybe the 123% and then end up continuing the uptrend like that, like a big old ABC correction. But this really also depends a lot on the dollar analysis because if the dollar keeps pushing up, then this is possibly going to keep on pushing down also and possibly go down here and break structure. So that's why we need to just take it one wave at a time. And right now we are definitely looking for shorts. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame, this one pretty much did fill the gap. So we have our Fibonacci retracement on the last move right here. Now if it doesn't, respect the fib level and break down and it just keeps on pushing up, then fine, just keep on looking for longs on these shorter time frames and maybe even the shorter than this. If it does, it seem like it's respecting a fib level, if it seems like it's breaking structure to the downside at the 61 or the 78%, then I definitely would continue to look for shorts. There is a very good chance that the dollar will continue to be very, very bullish. It is the beginning of a new month, and with everything going on in Iran right now, we have to be very, very, very careful this week. It could be a very volatile week. Moving on to the US dollar CAD. The US dollar CAD, based on my dollar analysis, I would still kind of think that this was going to keep on going up. So we have to keep an eye out for an engulfing move to the upside. Right now, we got our Fibonacci retracement on this move up right here because if it does bounce from a fib level and engulf to the upside, we definitely want to go back to being bullish because of our dollar analysis. But to be honest with you, this chart is telling us to look for shorts. And I definitely am doing what the chart tells me to do. So unless this bounces from a fib level and engulfs to the upside, I would definitely keep an eye out for some shorts on sort of time frames. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is where I would put my Fibonacci retracement on the whole last move down. I would definitely be looking for one, two, three waves up. I'd be looking for a Fibonacci bounce. I'd be looking for an engulfing move to the downside, which it looks like it's trying to do now. I would wait for this candle to close. If it does close bearish, it might even end up being a pretty good shorting opportunity. Until the daily time frame engulfs up at a Fibonacci level, we potentially should be looking for shorts in a downtrend on the US dollar CAD. And moving on to the US dollar Swiss, the Swiss is a little different quite often because it's a risk on, risk off currency, and there's definitely a lot of risk in the market right now, so that potentially could make for a stronger Swiss. Based on the US dollar analysis, I would still expect this to either go up for a wave C like this, or I would expect it to go up for a wave 3 like this and just keep on making higher highs, higher lows. But based on this chart alone, we are in a move to the downside, so we have our Fibonacci retracement here. If it bounces from a fib level and engulfs to the upside, then we'll go back to being bullish. As of right now, we are definitely bearish. We're definitely looking for shorts in a downtrend just based on this chart alone. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we put our Fibonacci retracement on this whole move down. It is definitely a little bit of a three-way move to the upside, and it is definitely bouncing from a fib level. It's a little strong to the upside for me to be real convinced to go short on this, but I mean, this actually may end up respecting the 78%, and it may end up making a really nice move to the downside because, like I said, the daily time frame is telling us to look for shorts. Unless it goes up and takes out this 100% Fibonacci level right here, I am definitely looking at anything I see to the upside as likely nothing more than a pullback within a downtrend. So moving on to the gold, gold is obviously a pair that moves pretty dramatically during war times. There's a pretty big gap on gold. It's actually pulling above the 78%. Like I've been saying for weeks now, I really would not be surprised if gold took out these previous all-time highs. Gold is still in a wave 3 on the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour time frame. Everything from the 4 hour time frame up is still in an uptrend on gold. So we have to realize that gold could go up and make new all-time highs, especially with everything going on right now. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, obviously there's a big gap down here that probably will get filled, but is it going to get filled within a day or two? Or is it going to take 12 to 15 months to fill? We don't know. I do not trade based on gaps because like I said, I've seen gaps stay open for months and months and months. So even if it does start to move to the downside, I would put my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. I would be looking at anything I see to the downside as possibly just a pullback within an uptrend. So if it does start to move down, especially if it's like some sort of a three-way pullback to a Fibonacci retracement level, and then it respects a fib level and makes it golfing up, I definitely would continue to look for longs every single chance I get. Gold definitely could go up and make new all-time highs very, very easily. Now, if it does go down and take out this structure right here, it may actually indicate a much bigger move to the downside. But until it actually takes out this structure right here, I definitely would be very, very bullish, looking for logs within an uptrend. Moving on to the US dollar yen, the dollar yen is definitely closing above the 78%, which makes me think that it's going to keep on going up and take out this high. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it even went up and took out the previous highs. So we are definitely looking for longs on the US dollar yen. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, we do have a little bit of a five-wave structure going on here, which does kind of make you think that maybe it is going to make a bigger move to the downside, but there's no proof of that yet, and the higher time frames are telling us to look for longs. Since the higher time frames are telling us to look for longs, we need to realize that anything we see to the downside may just be a pullback to the last wave up. Put your Fibonacci retracement on there. Use your Fibonacci levels as area of support. The 50 to 61% because of this spike right here may be a really good target for another push to the upside. So I am definitely looking for longs on pullbacks on the US dollar yen. Moving on to the euro yen. Now, the euro yen had never did bounce from a fib level on the higher time frames. Yes, it is starting to move down, but it never bounced from a significant fib level, which really, really makes me think that it's actually still going to keep on going up and at least grab that 78%, and it could even go much, much higher than that. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm actually still long on the euro yen from last week. I got my Fibonacci retracement on the whole move up. It didn't really take out this low, but it definitely is making like a triple bottom right here at the 61%. So for me personally, I'm definitely still bullish. I still think it's going to go up and hit the 78%. Whether it just keeps on going up now or whether it goes down to a 78%, is the question. I personally don't put my stop loss right at the swings because of this reason alone, that it may not go up now. It may go down to a stop hunt before it goes up. I always put my stop loss where I know I'm wrong, and I know I'm wrong if it takes out the 100% Fibonacci retracement. So, anyways, I'm definitely very bullish on the euro yen. Also looking for longs. Moving on to the pound yen. The pound yen is a little different. The pound is a little bit on the weaker side right now. We have our Fibonacci retracement from here to here. If it engulfs to the upside at a Fibonacci level, then we'll stop looking for shorts. But right now, the pound yen is telling us to look for shorts. So if it's telling us to look for shorts on the daily, then we go down to the 1 hour time frame and we look to go short here, here, and here. We're not looking for longs, so I wouldn't go long right now. We're not looking to go short right at the bottom of a wave. But if it does start a move to the upside, the first thing I would do is put my Fibonacci retracement on the whole move down, and I would still be looking for shorts. Even if it starts to move to the upside, I would be looking at this move up as possibly just a pullback within the downtrend. I would use my Fibonacci retracement as areas of resistance, look for three waves up, look for impulsive down at a Fibonacci level for more opportunities to go short. So anyways, if you haven't done so already, definitely check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you'd like to be part of a great trading community on Discord, and if you would like to follow along with all my trades. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching, and happy trading.